Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Whew, good Wednesday hump day evening. I told you I was gonna come back and I am back. Hey Jean Grey. Thank you, girl. Thank you for coming back. I don't think you was here the first time, but hey Uncle Cloud, how you doing? I'm glad you're here, Uncle Cloud. Stick around for a minute. Chad, you finally caught a live stream. I know it'd be busy. It'd be a lot going on in our life, right? We ain't got time. Can you believe, Cloud? This is my second video of the day. I had to come back because I promised in my first live. Hey, Rochelle. Rochelle was here. I think Stephanie Hart was here too, but I promised to come back with some so that we can talk about that, so we can theorize about Velvet in the Nature Boy situation. I want to come back and talk about that, and I also said that I want to talk about alternate theory when it comes to Kanika Jenkins. You know that if you guys been watching me for a while, I have for years, ever since I heard of the Kanika Jenkins I will always come back and talk about it from time to time until I get a definitive answer. I'm never gonna not talk about it. And we know that the Kanika Jenkins sector is still up and running. They're still theorizing as well as I am. But I have another alternative theory that I've been thinking of. Something was on my soul, and I said, let me come out here and share it, right? And as far as Nature Boy, y'all know that I've been talking about him forever too, right? And so anyway, let me speak. Let me speak. Okay, I said hey to Jean. I said hey to Uncle Claude, Rochelle, Stephanie. Hey, Lena girl, Cheryl Brown. Hey, Almighty Isis. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Almighty Isis. Who else? Who else is in here? Who else is in here? Wanda, how you doing? Sharika, how you doing? So anyway, before we get started on this, I would have came back earlier, before 7, but I was over there to the Woman's Fair podcast, and I had to give my girl a word of encouragement because, and if you and Cloud, I know you know this, that another one of my rivals, from years ago, Dusty Ass Taz and Nyla is over there messing with Black Woman Podcast because her eyes have been opened, and anytime somebody catch on to these hustlers, they want to try to beat them down with words. They want to try to do everything they can to shut them up and all this and all this. So I had to go over there and give my girl a word of encouragement and let her know that Taz, Nyla, and Cynthia G ain't running a motherfucking thing. And when she needs me, I'm here. So that's where I was on her podcast. Because we are in the age of Aquarius, and whether a lot of people's eyes are becoming open. The problem with people's eyes being open, especially with Black people, is even when you see something in front of your face, and a perfect example of that is here in the B sector. Even when you see a lot of stuff, um, me too, Cloud, coming out and it's in your face, you still want to deny it, right? Hey, Muffy, you still don't want to. You see the truth, but you don't want to acknowledge it, right? And when it comes to certain types of charlatans, like those over there that I just named, when your eyes are finally open to these crooks, to these grifters, to these homeless Airbnb, cheap Airbnb sleeping motherfuckers, when your eyes finally get woke up to them, like you can't believe it. But it is what it is. But I'm glad my girl's eyes is finally open to them unconscious hustlers over there, them low vibrational bitches, that really is not even up to par. I told you I don't go back and forth with these motherfuckers no more. A whole bunch of people, because these motherfuckers ain't even worthy, right? So I just sit on the porch and I just motherfucking watch, right? So I had to fall out the clouds today. Like I said, that's why I was late coming over here and go over there and help my girl. Cause child, it is what it is with them clowns, right? So anyway, let's do this commentary about Velvet and Nature Boy. Now we know that Three God, aka Nature Boy, aka Eligio, the weirdo, has been locked up. That's right, everything will be revealed. You right? Hey, Independentisa. We know that this everything that's being revealed. You're right about that, Jean Grey. Everything, everything. Like I said, even though when your eyes wide open, some folks don't want to see the truth, right? And that's unfortunate. It is what it is. Some people would rather believe the lie. We see that on an everyday basis over here in this sector, right? And it's not just this sector, it's every sector, right? They don't want to believe, they don't want to believe the truth. They would rather believe the lie because the lie is always more comfortable than the hard truth. Okay, that's why a lot of people don't want to acknowledge the truth. Okay, because sometimes it's hard to deal with the truth. Anyway, when it comes now, these are my theories. Now, when it comes to Velvet, And Nature Boy, y'all know he locked up. They ain't gonna let him out. He call himself God. He call himself the three God, like he three gods, y'all, right? And one not none one of them guys can get his ass locked up. He locked up, they won't let him out. They won't let him out. He lied. Y'all gotta excuse me. It's in the afternoon. My filter is not tightly. I have had to loosen up my filter because it's in the evening time. So y'all forgive me, okay? But he locked up. That nigga looked like he was a deer in headlights when they knocked on his door coming to get his ass. Okay. So anyway, so we know that he got locked up because Nacheri, one of the ex-carbonation females over there, she got away from him. She filed charges on him. He was charged with the R word, as well as revenge porn, as well as holding her against her will, right? And so they keeping him there, right? Yep, he's not coming out. He going humble to get you got that right, Gene. What I mean, he been running game on them little young people forever. He's over 40 years old, and he deal with traumatized young people. That's what he do. That's how he get over. That's how he run his game. That's the way he move, right? He a whole weirdo preying on young people that's been traumatized in some way. That's his whole line of jive, right? That's what he do. I ain't never been impressed with him. I ain't impressed with him now. He a whole weirdo, right? So it finally he where he need to be. But one of those young people that he preyed on was Velvet. He got so involved with Velvet. Velvet got his child. She had a daughter with him. She tried to escape a couple of times. Now she had always been saying that her mind is strong. Her mind is strong. Her mind is strong. Now, the reason why he was attracted to Velvet, in my opinion, now these are my theories, right? And the reason why he was so obsessed with her, and is even to this day, could keep not calling, just kept calling her name, right? Even in these last little videos in Atlanta, he kept calling her name. He can't get over the fact, number one, that he lost. Number two, that she really got away. And number three, that he know that she was mentally stronger than him. That's part of the problem. And when you are some men, they want to win, especially predatory men, right? But he couldn't do that with her, right? So now Velvet is speaking. She's doing the interviews, right? She did an interview the other day with 11 Alive, talking about how Nature Boy held her in captivity and all this and all that. There's another girl that did an interview. I can't play the audio, but I did. Let me see. I got some screenshots of the interview because I went to the website, and let's see some of the things that she said. Now, I recently saw the video when she was fighting on the beach. Her and I think it was Malia. He made them fight on the beach because he said they couldn't get along, and I don't know what all led up to that and all this and all that, right? But she is coming out. She's speaking out. Some people don't even think that she should be speaking out at all. He brainwashed this girl just like he did the whole cult. He a whole cult leader, and cults are frowned upon in this country. We know that, so that's why they have finally locked him up. And like I said, they ain't gonna let his ass out, right? And Gene said, "Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, he kept making a fight, kept making a fight. It was so just, whoo, it was heartbreaking." So like I said, I found this article, but now I got them, but they are out of order, so I don't know. Y'all bear with me. And in this article, this 11 Alive, she's talking about when she was married to this weirdo right here. Y'all see her. Velvet is a very pretty young woman, and she's gone through a lot. And like I said, some people don't even believe. I mean, she was telling everything. She was talking about the PPP loans that a couple of them that you see on the screen right here, that he had his cut members taken out. He had, in order for them to live. He did a whole bunch of shady stuff, right? And so not only to Velvet, but some of the men, all of the men that was there, and the women as well, right? And so he is just a whole sleaze bucket. That's all just that's all. Now these right here, these are some of the things that he is in jail for right now. That you see on the screen. That is what he's been charged with right now. Also, in the state of Ohio, Velvet has there's a warrant out for him in connection with domestic violence, right? And a lot of people were asking, well, if he wasn't in domestic violence, if he wasn't in Ohio with Velvet, how in the world did she get a domestic violence charge on him? The way Velvet got a domestic violence charge on him in our way in Ohio when he was in Atlanta, is because I imagine she told them people about her time when she was under his spell in the cult. And a lot of people don't realize you have to you have to you have to kind of be desensitized to that stuff, right? So I hate that this article is not in order. Uh, so I'm just gonna read some of the stuff that she said in the article. I don't have it in order or whatever, right? So in this screenshot of the article, this is the article that I found of Velvet talking to 11 Alive. In this part of the article, Velvet is talking about her realizing, right? She says she with her daughter born, Marquez talking about Velvet, realized that she didn't want her daughter near Natureboy Bishop, right? She tried to run away 3 times unsuccessfully. You know what I mean? And she said, I willingly kept going back to him because he would offer false pretensions, telling me we're going to be monogamous. And that's what she said. She didn't want to sleep with them other women that he made her sleep with and all this, right? We know that was a bone of contention when she was over there and he was calling her chiefess, right? Kept telling her they was going to be monogamous, that we're going to keep our family together. She said, I thought we're going to allow, and just let me try to find something else that she said. She said more crap. She finally, she grabbed her daughter and left. She said she didn't have no money, but she had a lot of hope. She said the coming months though were not easy. And I can imagine they're not easy because she's trying to detox from this cult, right? She's trying to get away from this man, right? Get away from this brainwashing. So of course the months are going to be hard for her. She said, I'm actually going to counseling. She's going to counseling now, which is part of the reason why I believe that she was allowed to get these domestic violence charges on this cult leader, right? I'm going to counseling, taking my time to heal because there's so much trauma, she said. But she's absolutely right. She said, I got into my Bible and I started reading it, and my entire life changed. So now I am a testimony for a living God. And honestly, I've heard some of the women say that when they finally left the cult, they would wake up in cold sweats because they felt like they felt like demons was on them and all of this and all of that, right? So here's another part of the article. Y'all please hit the like button where she says that he literally held me hostage. He took all of my identification. This is Velvet. He took her passport, my birth certificate, her social security card, her bank cards. She said he took everything, you name it, medical documents. She explained he took all of that stuff after she kept trying to run away, and he figured if he keep, and this is when they were out of the country, right? So he figured if he take all this stuff away from her, she won't be able to leave, and if she left him, she wouldn't be able to leave the country, right? And so that is some of what Velvet was talking about. Hold on, y'all, bear with me. I did that one. I read that one. Hold on. Oh, that's about the other girl. There's another girl that was in the article too. So here's another part of where Velvet is talking. She said some threats, multiple videos. They're sending her death threats, multiple videos of death threats that he has made against my life and my child. She talking about these are the things that Natureboy did to her via videos and stuff, right? And not only him, some of the other members too, right? She said, I have evidence of him threatening to kill us, right? Marquez, talking about Velvet, filed for a protection order in September after getting those threats, but once it expired, the threats started again. Because he a whole psycho, he a whole weirdo, right? Says, she said throughout her time in the cult, Bishop, talking about Natureboy, lived off of the members' PPP loans, which I just showed y'all, and life savings. She even gave him $3,000 of her college fund, while others gave him tens of thousands of dollars. Now he has bragged about all the money that people have given him, right? I have seen him on videos bragging about all the funds that people give him. Like he is a whole hustler. That's all he is. Nothing more, nothing left, or nothing less. He a whole hustler. And Mayberry says, her dad's spirit is working. Her ancestors don't like him. I know that's right. He ain't nothing but a hustler. He call himself a pimp. And you can't tell me that he didn't have them girls tricking themselves over there, especially when they was crossed the water low on money. Because you know, at one point in time, he wasn't getting no love from nobody, right? So ain't no telling what he had them girls over there doing. Cause just and I also heard that they are trying to get him up on sex trafficking charges, right? Which I am not going to be surprised if they do, right? So this lady right here, I had heard about this lady for a long time. This lady on the screen you see, her name is Mama Dia, right? Now let me tell you how. I don't know if you guys have heard of Mama Dia, but Mama Dia was an older woman, and a few years ago, she went to carbonation. She believed in them. She wanted to be a part of carbonation, right? So, but she had a lot. She had heart disease. I think she had diabetes. She was on medications when she came there, and all this and all that, right? So he told her to get off the medications, and he put her on some kind of potato diet or something, right? Well, Mama Dia died in her sleep. She died in her sleep. It was in another country. It was so sad when I heard this, but I had never really heard her story, like coming from her until the other day. I ran across a video that somebody was premiering. I think it was the T or something like that, and that is the first time I saw Mama Dia, and her story is so sad because she really believed in this fool, you know, and it was just unfortunate. But said she died in her sleep, you know. Yeah, that's what I heard, Gene. That's what I heard, right? Got her off her medicine, and that's how she died. Died. Ain't no telling what else was going on. The whole thing, it was just sick and sad, right? It was just so disgusting. Like for real, how this lady passed away, you know. And I don't know even if her body ever got back to her family. I don't know how they did that, but they said after she died, they stole all her stuff. It's just was trying to live off her social security money. There was a lot going on with that, right? But it was in another country, and so I don't know, you know, if there'll be any testimony about that, as well as, but I still haven't heard what really happened to Zoka's baby, right? They said it was stillborn, but there was all this and all that other stuff going circling surrounding the death of that baby. Uh, I would like to know what happened to the baby as well. You know, they probably were running the trunk. Child, ain't no telling, Jean. Lexus said her daughter spoke out. They keep all the, yeah, they said they kept all her stuff. Yep, yep. Kept all her stuff. They sure did say that. They sure did. They sure did. So in the article, there was another person on the article. Her name is Treasure. This is Treasure. I think Treasure's the one without the thing on her head. And so let me see. Did I get that other picture? But anyway, she's also speaking out in the article about when she was with Carbonation, right? And so let me try to find some of the things that she said, because she was giving an account. That's something else that Velvet said. She was trying to give an account on what happened to her or what she witnessed while she was there. So something cut for 4 months before leaving. Bishop FaceTime call Bishop. He said you gotta whip your own. This is something else. Something that I found this very interesting. I don't know what he was relating to when he said that she remember the FaceTime with Bishop with Natureboy, and he said, and I quote, he said, "You got to whip your woman with a belt. You got to beat your woman until she's almost about to die, child." That's what he said, right? Then he said it turned him on when the women were hitting each other. Now, we have seen him on video recently getting the women to slap each other in the face as well as the men. He was doing all this kind of sick stuff and making them partake in the sick stuff as well. You know, that is all a part of brainwashing, right? So we don't know whatever else he had the people doing behind the scenes. We don't know if he wanted them to murder one another. We know he made him and Malia and Velvet fight on the beach. It was just crazy. And then she says for both Marquez, meaning Velvet, and Young Treasure, the news about Natureboy's arrest last week came with a sign of relief. Because I mean, even now they still scared of this fool, right? So let me try to find some of the stuff. Hold on. That she said about him. Hold on. She was waking up. Yeah, she said that Treasure's talking about in this part right here. She's talking about her time at when she was with Carbonation, right? So one night she's remembering something that woke her up. Then this is Treasure. She said a few months later, she talking about when she got there, and a few months later, she said she was saying she didn't know what to do and all this and all that, right? So she says a few months later, she remembers waking up, and she's waking up in her tent to screaming. She got jarred out of her sleep because somebody was screaming, right? She says, quote, it woke me up on my sleep. Young explained. She said, quote, they were so loud I felt like someone was trying to kill somebody. She said that night I cried because I didn't know what to do. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. She said, I was like, how can you be this person? She couldn't believe that she was there, allowing herself to suffer from in the midst of all that. She was afraid, right? And I felt so bad when I was reading what she said in this article. I'm trying to find a little bit more of it. Okay, yeah, it says cult member Treasure Young, who is she just now 21 years old, says she gave Bishop her unemployment money. Talk about Natureboy, her unemployment money, while being part of the group. She joined the cult while the group lived in Puerto Rico around April 2021. Okay, she said the second day. Now this is him starting to brainwash her, right? They tire you out. They won't let you eat. They won't let you drink. They won't let you sleep. And he does this in order to brainwash these young people. Okay, she says the second day she was there, they had me running all rocks. I was running on rocks barefoot. Now you know the rocks be sharp, right? And they will cut your feet. She said I was running on rocks barefoot and I was confused. Young said, she said we're running laps after laps. I'm like, when are we going to be done? She said I felt like glass. She said it felt like glass. And they hurt. She's talking about those rocks, right? So this is him trying to condition her. That they make you do if you want to brainwash somebody, just like in the military or stuff, right? You won't let them sleep. You'll work them to death, and all of this and all that. And the lower your resistance, the more he can come in and start fooling with your brain, right? And that is how it works when it comes to somebody trying to brainwash you. And this is what the fool was doing, right? So I also heard that he had very abusive. Yeah, that was before they came to the States. Gene said, yeah, it's just really crazy, right? And there's many more horror stories out there. I seen one story from a lady. I forget what she is now. What was that she was telling on the video? What was she saying about him? Ooh, I think that lady is in Atlanta also right now. I can't think of it right now, but they all have horror stories, right? Oh, she was the one that said, she would wake up in the middle of the night and she thought she was seeing demons and stuff. When first she had left him. This is your brain trying to get rid of that conditioning that he's put in your head, right? And so that's why it's important, for them in this situation to get counseling, to get out. A lot of them are still there at the house, thinking that Natureboy is getting out. They really don't want him to get out. They really are just afraid of him. That's what's going on. And because they don't know if he's going to get out or not, they scared to leave. They just going to stay there. Do you see what I'm saying? But they really are afraid of him. But Velvet, I think Velvet, getting back to my theory is Velvet is going to be the one to bring him down. Because she has said forever that her mind is stronger. Her mind is stronger. And guess what? I believe her. I believe that Velvet is going to be the one to bring down Nature Boy. Now, really, at the end of the day, it's Karma is bringing him down. But Velvet is speaking out more and more, as well as a whole lot of the ladies. And I don't think he's getting out of jail. I hope they charge him with sex trafficking because, yeah, I did, Kim. I told you I was going to come back. Remember, I told you I was going to come back. The only reason why I'm back now is because I said I was going to come back. And I kind of like to keep my word, but I was over there in a whole nother sector. And I said, well, let me go, y'all, because I got to come back over here and do this live. So that's why we're here right now, Chad. Thanks for tuning back in, too. Y'all hit the like button, right? So anyway, I realize that a lot of people don't like these topics because, it's not B sector related. It is what it is. I said I was going to come back and talk about it, and I am. And that's what we're doing. Okay. So anyway, we always don't have to talk about the BS and the nonsense and the effery that's going around on here in the B sector all the time. It ain't necessary. I talked about that this morning. If y'all didn't see that video, go back and take a look at that video. Because I talked about B sector stuff this morning. Okay. So anyway, like I said, in the final analysis, I believe that Velvet is going to play a pivotal part in Nature Boy being incarcerated for years. I really do believe that, especially the feds are taking a closer look at him. And like I said, they frown on cults in this country. They're not fond at cults. They're not fond of cults, as well as cult leaders in this country, because this country in particular has a history with these crazy cult leaders, and they finally caught him one, right? They finally caught him one. And Mr. Three God, aka Nature Boy, and I hope Karma has finally met him on his doorstep. Okay? I hope that R. Kelly his ass. They already got a hashtag going around, surviving surviving Nature Boy. Okay? They gonna meet to his ass, all right? And that's gonna be good enough for him, right? So that's my theory on that, right? So we done spent almost 30 minutes on this fool. But I just want to share that with y'all, a couple of the stuff that's starting to start. It's a lot of other stuff coming out about him, as well. It's just so much. I try to narrow it down to Velvet, because I do think ultimately, like I said, she is the one that's going to bring him down, because she's always said that her mind is stronger. Okay. And so I'm just happy for her, right? And so anyway, let's go on and talk about my new theory for Kanika Jenkins. Like I said, if y'all been watching me for a while, I just want to. It'll take a few minutes. That the Kanika Jenkins case is never far from my heart. Y'all know that we done dissected that case for years. I hope they give him life too, Amon Ra. I hope they give him life too. I really do. And so y'all know that I have dissected. I done went back and forth. I done had several theories about what happened to Kanika Jenkins. And I got another theory. I got to thinking. I was watching some videos of the other day. I thought, whose channel was I on? Maybe it was Trey Gang or somebody. It wasn't Trey Gang. It was another dude's video. I can't even think of his name right now. If I could think of his name, I would tell y'all. So anyway, he was doing his theory as to what happened to Kanika Jenkins, but he was really talking about Monifa. Now we know Monifa was the one that was supposed to be her best friend. Monica is the one that picked Kanika Jenkins up off the bed when she was drunk. I hope you guys are familiar with the case, right? So hit the one if you're familiar with the Kanika Jenkins case, so I won't be talking and y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Hit the one if y'all know or familiar with the Kanika Jenkins case. And if not, I'll just give you a quick rundown, so you know what I'm talking about. Oh, excuse me. Oh, child. I'm gonna assume that y'all are familiar. Okay, thank y'all. So we know that on the night that Kanika Jenkins went missing and was later found dead in a hotel, we know that at Kanika had been drinking. I do think that she was drugged. I really do, because I think she was a little bit too out of it. And from a lot of the testimonies, she really didn't get lit like that. At the time she went to the party, she was kind of leery about going to the party anyway, because there were going to be people there that didn't like her and that she didn't like, right? So she was kind of leery. She knew that she was going to get drunk though, a little tipsy or whatever. So she gave her keys and her phone to her friend Irene. one of the friends that was there was doing a video. She had her phone playing music with it and doing, I think, a Facebook video or something. I don't know who had her keys. Oh, the girl, I can't think of her name. She had her keys, but she wasn't there, right? So eventually, Kanika is supposedly so drunk, but I do believe that she was drugged when she was laying on that bed. Monifa, her and Shamaya, but mainly Monifa, get Kanika off the bed, and we know that she took her out in the hall, right? So Monifa says she realized that Kanika didn't have her phone or her keys, right? So she puts her up against the wall in the hallway, right? This is where Monifa said she left Kanika, right? Yeah, Bree had her keys. Thank you, Stephanie. Bree had her keys, but Bree was gone. Bree was gone, and she said she went to pick up some other people for the party or something, right? So anyway, Monifa gets her up off the bed, her and Shamaya, and they take her out in the hallway. So they realize she don't have her phone or nothing, right? So they said the last time they saw Kanika was when they put her up against that wall by the door in the hallway. They came back in the room to get the phone and stuff. Now we don't know how long technically they was in there. They want to make it seem like they was in and out. I don't see how that's possible, because if they were in and out, then they would have saw something, right? And then this is where now we all know, we have all theorized as to what happened to Kanika. So here's just another scenario. Now I don't know if you guys remember that briefly, very briefly, there was a mention of a security guard, right? So they interviewed a security guard, right? And the security guard, when they was interviewing him, they noticed that he had fresh scratches on his arm and stuff, right? And so a little bit after they interviewed him, he fled the country and didn't come back, right? And he was also related to the person that supposedly ran the hotel. He was a relative, right? And so I found it very interesting that he just fled the country and didn't never come back. So my new theory is, because I've been listening to other theories, I just want to get mine out there on record. My new theory is, what if Monifa, and people have been saying that, Monifa know exactly what happened to Kanika and all of this and all of, yeah, really, Oshita. So what if Monifa put Kanika in that hall, knowing Kanika was drugged up, because they found some kind of weird tranquilizer drug in her system, right? Along with the alcohol, because there's no way she should have been that drunk, right? We see her staggering through the halls and all of this and all that. There's no way with what the girl drank should she have been that drunk, right? So, but she was wasted. So what if Monifa put Kanika in the hallway, so that the people that she had set Kanika up with, what if that's why she set her in the hall? Because we still don't know how long she was in the room acting like she was looking for her phone and stuff, right? But what if she left her in that hall for them to come pick her up, for them to come get her, right? Because there were some other suspected people involved, like this other older guy. He was there. He's supposed to be some kind of rival gang member or something like that. But what if before they could get out there or get around the corner to get to Kanika, what if the security guard came up on the elevator? They said the security guard had been up there earlier that night, telling them they could smell weed in the hallway. Put a towel up to the door so that the weed smell won't be smelling in the hall, right? He said he knock on the door and said that about the weed smoke, right? So what if Kanika was sitting down in the hallway because she was very intoxicated, right? And I think they said she looked to the right or the left one, but I think it was the right. There was the elevator, right? So what if she's in the hall, she's real intoxicated? What if the security guard, yes, they say she was possibly gang stalked. Yep, that too, Stephanie, right? And I do think Monifa set her up, but like this is my other theory, right? So my other theory is, so the security guard comes up on the elevator, ding, she's sitting there in the hallway. What if he picks her up at the highway, or moreover, he motions her, to come here, like come here, like you need some help, come here, whatever, right? Because she out of it, right? And so what if he got her some kind of way, he got her in that elevator, right? Now we know by the photos of her being in the freezer that something more had to happen to her than her simply passing away from freezing to death, right? Because that's what they say. She was found in the freezer, so she froze to death. That was what the autopsy report say. This they had to throw it out on. She froze to death. But my thing is, what if the security guard got her in the elevator? What if we know the all the videos that we saw, a lot of that video, those videos were edited. What if his picture was edited out? You know what I mean? What if she's the one at one point in the hall? um no, it's closed, it's closed, they ruled her death. They said she froze to death and they closed the case, right? And so, but this is just my another alternative theory, right? So what if they, that she was actually, because we always theorize that she was walking with somebody in the hall, right? What if it was him? What if he got her all the way down to that freezer, and had his way with her. That's the reason why her lip was busted. That's the reason why she's so disheveled, and one of her shoes was off. It was just a horrible scene, right? And what if he got her, like I said, got her down on the elevator? At one point in time, I saw a video where it looked like he was putting something or somebody in a clothes hamper or something like that. There were a lot of videos going around back then, right? And the missing footage, uh on the ninth floor. Yeah, you're right, Stephanie, you're right, I forgot about that, right? So he gets her down to the freezer and he has his way with her. You know what I mean by that? He has his way with her, and he leaves her in the freezer after he's battered and abused her, right? And I can believe she froze to death after he had done. I think he wanted to dispose of the body. I do think he left her body in her own purpose. I do think because the whoever it is that he was related to, the owner of the hotel, was also linked to the organ harvesting plant. That person that owned the hotel was linked to that plant, as well as the police department. Several members were linked to that organ harvesting plant. What if he had his way with her, left her in an effort to dispose the body? But the way he was going to dispose the body was he was going to steal her organs first, and sell them to or give them to his own people, and of course, the rest of the body they're going to do away with. What if that is what happened to Kanika Jenkins? But before they could get her body out of there, because everybody started noticing she was missing, you know, and he wouldn't want to move her at the freezer because he probably didn't expect them to look down there. But like I said, what if he left her in that freezer? Number one, he had his way with her. He did what he had to do, old pervert. And number two, he left her in as a means to just get rid of the body. I do think that he was going to sell her organs. I do think that's why she was assaulted and left in that freezer in order for her to freeze to death. I think they was gonna take her organs or go sell her organs and dispose of the rest of her body. Now that's the alternative theory that I got. Like I said before, the gang members got to grab up Kanika. What if the security guard lured her down to the area? Yes, everybody in that town, Rosemont, was connected to the same. Right, right. Power with anyway. You're right about that. I agree, Stephanie. So that is my alternative theory on that. What if the security guard at the end of the day is the one that had his way with Kanika and left her in that freezer to sell her organs? That's my alternative theory. Because like I said, not a lot of people even remember that security guard. But I remember seeing a taped version that was leaked out of him in an interview, him saying he didn't even know who she was, you know. And so, but that's my alternative theory when it comes to J4K, y'all. And like I said, I'm always revisiting the situation because it's incredible to me how somebody can just vanish in the midst of a hotel room full of people. That's always been crazy to me. Did the room ever did the room no did the mom, I'm sorry, ever sue the hotel? Was there a settlement of some kind? I don't know. I don't know, Sheila. I don't know. I don't know. Huh. It's a good question though. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to give that to you guys to ponder on. Um, the other things that I want to talk about real quick. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, y'all. It's evening time, and y'all know I don't always do this, but it was so much going on. So you guys remember the rapper Nipsey Hussle, right? Hit the one in the chat if you remember Nipsey Hussle. Well, Nipsey Hussle been gone for a minute, going on the glory for a minute, and now this guy named Q or something like that, one of his closest friends, he's going around saying that Nipsey Hussle was you know he liked to how can I put this? Ooh uh well, they saying he used to like to slob on the knob, and they got video of him slopping on the knob, right? That's what they say about the man. They ain't worried about the message. They worried about the man, right? And so my thing is, uh, yeah, they're trying to destroy his legacy. Is what I feel about the man in the ground. They supposedly caught the person that stabbed him. Now he's supposed to got stabbed too in jail. So I'm assuming we're not never gonna know the truth, right? And so anyway, um, uh, when it comes to that, what's I talking about? It's just crazy. hmm It's just crazy, like when you said Tree Gang. He still covers. Yeah, he still covers the story. You kind of become obsessed with it. I had to I had to distance myself from it at one point in time because I was becoming too invested. So I just left it alone. Uh. That's crazy. Ugh. But anyway, that was my theory on that situation. And the last thing I want to talk about, I don't even know what else. Oh, Kanika. That was my theory on Kanika, the alternative. What could happen? Sorry, I'm getting distracted, y'all. Last thing I want to talk about real fast before I got off here was today ASAP Rocky, what is her name? The beautiful girl. Today ASAP Rocky was arrested in LAX. We know that it's Rihanna's child's father, or the father to her unborn child, said he was Klaus said because they don't want to let him rest and he can't defend himself. Right. What child? I agree with that. So anyway, of course, they won't let him rest, and he can't defend himself. Only our people. I heard that. So yeah, he's Rihanna's baby daddy, right? So evidently, when he stepped out the private plane in LAX, he was immediately arrested. Um, uh, I don't know if he getting his karma coming to him, but they say he allegedly was involved with a shooting at a hotel. Yeah, a hotel party or something like that. The reason why he said he was involved with some kind of shooting or club party or something like that. Poor Rwanda, because that stress will do something to your baby. Um, it don't make no sense. I just hope that she be I hope that she be careful. Pretty much, you know. I don't know. I always thought they was a cute couple. I see nothing wrong with uh I see nothing wrong with. Mm-mm. But I hope they be okay. I think that is that it. Cause I'm sitting up here mumbling and stumbling on my words. Child, I am tired. It's been a long day. Want to talk about that? We got to see how the ASAP Rocky Rihanna saga turned out. Um, it was something else I want to talk about, y'all, and I forgot. Why did police wait so long to? If that's a good question, why did they wait so long to arrest him? You know, mm, that's how I feel about it, Sheila. Uh huh. Child. Uh. Well, anyway, what? I guess that's it for me. Unless anybody has any questions, I try to talk as fast as I could, because I got exhausted for an incident allegedly occurred in November 2021. Right, oh Sheila, but there's always a reasoning for that, and I don't know what the real reason behind it was. I heard that there was in fact a shooting, but if they was gonna do some arresting, when you think that they would have done it right, by now or before now, I'm like, ooh, it don't make no sense. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I talk fast enough. That is it for me on tonight. I hope I delivered what I said I was going to deliver, which is the content of Val Velvet, and Nature Boy and her being the one to bring him down. As for Evermore, I am on the porch watching. I do not scoot up in the chair. Mm, mm, mm. I've had my fill of Rihanna. That's my opinion. She pregnant, and I wish her happiness. I just think she making bad choices in men. You know, honestly, and I just think when oh, anyway, I'm not gonna even go there. Let me get off here. So y'all, thank y'all for listening to me. Sorry about the moment. I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to do more than one thing at a time. It's the evening. I don't usually do two lives. Thank you, Stephanie. And like I said, I tried to talk as fast as I could, child. Woman Sphere, if you listening, if you need me, call me. You know what I mean? Y'all be safe. Y'all be look left, right, and sideways. For these weirdos that's coming out of the woodworks at people. That Nature Boy story is crazy. Um, I have I have to roll it back in here from the beginning. Okay. All right, oh Sheila. But yeah, he getting what he deserve right now. Uh. Well, anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Um, be safe. Watch your back, inside your front. Honey, guard your heart and soul. Guard your eyes. Because sometimes what you see on the screen ain't what you see at all. A lot of times you looking at demons, you looking at clones, you looking at a whole bunch of weirdos, right? Let me see. Look into that friend of Kanika named Sedaria. Sedaria. I don't think I never heard of her, Rico. Huh. Huh. But I sure look into her. She has some new. Uh. 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 Well, anyway, sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Whew, I told y'all I keep getting sidetracked because it's in the evening time and I'm trying to do more than one thing at a time. But Sedaria, yeah, I had never heard of her, Rico. Uh. Mm-mm. But let me get off her. I'm sure I'll come back again and we'll revisit these subjects some more. Sedaria Davis, she ended up missing and killed for August. Really? Is that right, Rico? Friend of Kanika. So I had no idea. Ooh. Oh, one more thing. Okay, Sheila, go ahead. But good night. But okay. But okay, what's your one more thing, babes? Or was the Sedaria thing your one more thing? Or are you listening to me mumble on and take a few spaces? Ooh, I told you I was doing more than one thing at a time. I'm trying to multitask in the afternoon. It's time for me to wind down. Sheila said, "Did anyone see the First Lady show?" Viola Davis, the First Lady show. I haven't seen it because I don't have ain't it on Showtime or something like that. Because I know Viola Davis was playing Michelle Obama. I seen a like a thumbnail of the show, and if you really look real quick, Viola Davis kind of looks like Michelle Obama in that photo of hers. I was like, wow, wow. I was like, oh, the way she pooped her lips up of something. She actually looked like Michelle Obama, a younger version. I was like, well, but anyway, but yeah, Sheila, I wish I could watch it, but I don't have Showtime or whatever it is, because I will watch it and tell you how Viola Davis is doing. Uh huh. All right, love you guys. You guys have a nice rest of your evening. Like I said, be safe on your travels tomorrow. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, sorry for rambling, getting sidetracked, and everything else going on. Michelle Obama wasn't pleased. Really? Twitter was dragging her actor. Really? Oh, well, I didn't know that. Really? Oh, what was Michelle Obama upset about? Oh, Sheila. Oh, uh, uh, uh. Well, I guess you tell me later. But anyway, y'all, I was trying to wait to see if Sheila was gonna respond. Uh, uh, uh. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen none of it. But at first glance, real quick, I was like, damn, she do look like Michelle, but she older than Michelle and everything. Uh, uh, uh. She looked terrible. She looked terrible as Michelle Obama. Yeah, yeah. And I'm a fan of Viola Davis. I don't blame Michelle at all for that. I mean, I knew she was gonna look like a. I knew it wasn't no way she can look like Michelle Obama, but oh, child, Viola's devastated. I saw a few clips and she was overreacted, over, uh, overacting her mouth in the same voice. Child, I ain't surprised, Sheila. I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised at all. Mm-mm. Everything. Uh, uh, uh. Well, anyway, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe button, share button. If you're not a member, please consider hitting that member button. Y'all stay safe. Guard your heart, mind, eyes, and soul. Uh, only believe a little bit of what you see and hear coming from around here, especially on social media, because things can get so distorted. It is incredible. All right, and on that note, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.